Afternoon peeps, good afternoon everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget as well to like and share the vids. All right, let's jump straight in and see what there is to talk about today. Let's start with this one. The unassuming ferocity of William Zepeda. Big win for Zepeda on the weekend. And I fully understand that title because it is very unassuming. You don't expect him to carry the power he does. Or at least, you know, if you're a big casual boxing fan, you equate power to muscles, don't you? I remember sort of growing up and you look at people like Timothy Bradley, who was just shredded and just jacked, and you think, oh my God, this guy hits you, you're dead. And then you get guys like Zepeda who just don't have that physical, they don't look like physical specimens, but they just carry power that just ain't normal. Like, honestly, ain't normal. Zepeda's what, 28 wins, 24 of those have come by knockout. This guy hits you, you stay hit. And he's a very interesting, he's a name not spoken about enough in the lightweight division. Like, when you think of the lightweights, we all go to the same names all the time, don't we? Shakur now in the division, Javante, Ryan, Loma, etc., etc. Not many people mention Zepeda. He needs to be mentioned in that. It's up to now Oscar and Golden Boy and how they kind of navigate him, that he gets the shot against one of those guys. I don't know how. I mean, look, no one seems to want to fight Shakur somehow. I mean, could you see a Shakur versus a Zepeda matchup? That would be interesting. But look, yeah, very good win for him. We'll see what happens in the next sort of year or so. Right, De La Hoya, Davis Garcia rematch. If they do it down the line, could do 4 million homes easy. I don't know how he's come to that conclusion. I mean, Ryan's going to have to do some serious work. I mean, serious work to get to a point where it makes financial sense for him to fight Tank again. No, 4 million homes, just stop it. I mean, in today's era of illegal streaming, the number they did, whether it be 1 million, 1.2 million, that's incredible. Like, there isn't a fight I can even think of that gets 2 million. Like, there isn't a fight. There's no fight out there like that. 4 million was just, I mean, look, Floyd did it twice, and Conor and Manny Pacquiao, you know, to get 2 is incredible. To get 1 in today's boxing landscape's incredible. So 4 million, yeah. Haney, Lomachenko, Cameron Taylor maintain momentum. May's looking good. It is. I feel like it's all a bit quiet on the Devin Haney Loma sort of push. I'm struggling with my words there. I feel like it's not, maybe because it's coming off the back of, again, Tank Ryan, so it kind of maybe has been lost a little bit, but hopefully they start to ramp up promotion because it's such a big fight. It really is. Or maybe it's because a lot of people think Haney's going to run through Loma because of Loma's last performance. I don't. I'm not one of those people that subscribe to that. I think Loma's going to cause him a huge amount of problems. I really do. I think this could be not vintage Loma, but I still feel there are tools in that tool bag that Loma has that Haney has not seen before. And some people might say the same thing about Haney, but no, I think Loma's seen a Haney like before. I just don't know if this version of Loma can deal with this Haney, but I think it's going to be a great fight. As for Cameron Taylor, I can't wait to get to Ireland. I'm hearing it's going to be crazy in the free arena. Yes, it's not what we wanted. It's not that big outdoor fight against Amanda Serrano, but it's such a good fight. And I expect the roof to be lifted off that arena once Katie Taylor makes that walk. And look, I mean, this is a big one that she's doing. You know, she's stepping up in weight, taking on an unbeaten Chantel Cameron, who's bigger, who's stronger. I don't think she's better, but this is Katie Taylor now. No matter how you slice and dice it on the way out, this is a Chantel Cameron on the way up. So we'll see how it plays out. Haney admits end is near 135 pounds, but may delay weight move to face Tank or Stevenson. Yeah, Haney looks awful on the scales. He's going to look really bad. But then it doesn't seem to matter because he rehydrates so well. Like against Kambosos, he looked awful. Honestly, his eyes were going in, looked really gone. Fight night looked incredible. So we'll see what plays. We'll see how it plays out. I hope, see in what he said there. So basically admits end is near, but may delay weight move to face Tank or Stevenson. I hope he's not overlooking Loma. I really hope that he hasn't, because he's been asked a lot of questions about Tank and Stevenson in the last couple of weeks. Not so many questions about Loma. I really hope he's not sleeping on Loma, because Loma can still fight. And I think that Loma's performance last time out has actually helped Loma. Loma knows now that, okay, maybe I need to do a bit more work. Maybe we took a lot too long off. Yeah, mate, I would not be shocked with the upset here. One fight I would be shocked if there was an upset is this weekend. I fly out to Canelo versus John Ryder on Wednesday evening. Really looking forward to getting out there and just doing what I do, if I'm honest with you. I was thinking about what chance, I like to do that percentage thing, like what percentage chance do I give John Ryder, and it's minimal. It really is. It's minimal. And this isn't a dig at John. I like John. I think, this is a guy that I think has maximized his career, maximized his talent, and you got to respect that. He's had a couple of setbacks. Not necessarily the fights that he should have lost, like the Billy Joe Saunders one, but the ones who I thought maybe he should have won. Like I thought he beat Callum Smith. Some don't, some do. I thought maybe he beat Rocky Fielding. So he's had a couple of big fights where he's been on the wrong side of them, and he's still been able to kind of just find a way to kind of, whether it be reinvent himself or go back to the drawing board, get a win and take a risky one. So I respect him a lot, but understand the task that's in front of him. It's not just that he's fighting Canelo. Like, you fighting Canelo in Las Vegas, that's difficult. You fight, look, you could have fought Canelo at Wembley Stadium. That would have been difficult just because it's Canelo. You're fighting him in his backyard. You're going to the hood, brother. The hood, and fighting him in front of 50,000 Mexicans that are wanting him to take your fucking head off. That's what's in front of John Ryder. And look, ultimately, once the bell goes, fighters are fighters, a ring's a ring, but it is going to be hostile. Like more hostile than anything he's ever experienced or ever seen or ever even envisioned. And then in the ring with you, so forget the hostility, forget all that for a second. Forget the fact that you're going to Guadalajara. Forget the fact that it's going to be as mean as humanly possible. In the ring opposite you is their king, their god, who is the current undisputed 168-pound champion, and for me still top 4, top 5 pound for pound. That this is as tough as it gets. I remember when Crawler fought Loma, and I gave him like a 1% chance or something. And that was because not only is he fighting Loma, he had to travel. And I remember thinking, geez, but it wasn't like he was fighting Loma in Ukraine. He was fighting Loma in, I think it was the Hulu Theatre. Like, John's going to Mexico for this. Yeah, I 5%. 5%. Look, by the way, I don't think this is like an Abner Yildirim or Rocky Fielding like fight. Like Canelo has those, don't he? Where he kind of, has like a run of really good guys, elite guys, then he chucks in one of those. This isn't that. I think John's above that. I really do. And I don't know where Canelo is. It's weird. I don't know that we've already started to see Canelo maybe slip a little bit. I'm not sure. Could he have got Golovkin out of there, coming off a defeat to Bivol? But Bivol's so good. So I don't know where Canelo is, but Canelo would have had to have dropped a lot for Ryder to be on that level, because Canelo, I think, is an incredible boxer. I don't think he doesn't do anything wrong for me. He's so good. This prior to the Bivol fight, this is a guy that people were talking about fucking fighting Usyk. You know what I mean? Or at least fighting, and he should have, Ilunga Makabu. He could have become a 5-weight world champion. This is a guy that prior to the Bivol fight was pound for pound number 1 for 5 years, 6 years maybe. Special talent, man. Special talent. So look, ain't going to be easy for John. I do think John will give it his best. Like, he'll go to the well, he'll dig as deep as he can. But ultimately, there are levels in this sport. And as good as John is, and John, I think, I do, by the way, genuinely believe John's a world-class fighter. Canelo is just supreme. You're talking about one of the best of all time, an all-time great. Some will say the greatest Mexican. Obviously, there's the argument, Julio Cesar Chavez, and there's others as well. But some will say the greatest Mexican fighter of all time. And I think there's still a lot left in him. I do. I know he's been fighting since he was 15. That's what, an 18-year career. And the last 10 years have been fighting out a high-lick elite fighters. But there's a lot left in Canelo. There's a lot left in Canelo. And Canelo, look, the only thing that could favour John is if Canelo's taking his eye off the ball slightly and he's looking at Dimitri Bivol, because that's the fight we're led to believe is going to happen in September. I don't think he is. I don't think he is. I think this is going to be very difficult. But look, in boxing, you never know. But this, for me, this would be up there, I think, with Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson. I think this would be bigger than Ruiz, AJ. For Canelo, for John Ryder to go to Canelo's backyard and beat. Can you imagine that? Imagine that. Take a step back and think about it for a second. If John Ryder were to go to Canelo's backyard, and remember, when I say backyard, I don't mean Vegas. I mean backyard in Mexico, and beat the current undisputed 168-pound king, brother, I don't think there's enough security in Mexico to get John Ryder out of Mexico. I don't think there's enough security. So John, please, all right, just make it competitive, but don't let us get killed out there, all right? But look, looking forward to it. I actually do something with Darren Barker tomorrow as we look ahead to it. Darren knows John so well, and I'm sure Darren will, boxers see things completely different from how we see things. I'm sure Darren will point us to ways that John can have some success. I do look at John, and he's exactly his Canelo's size, isn't he? So look, he'll give it a go, but Hopkins does not believe weight clauses played a role in Ryan Garcia loss. No, nor do I. I mean, look, you want to be able to rehydrate and not kill yourself, but ultimately I think Thingy would have just ran through him. Josh Taylor, it's impossible to keep all the belts and get the fights that you want. True? It's true, it's impossible. The governing bodies, the sanctioning bodies will come for you, man. Like fucking piranhas. They want their opportunity, they want their money, so it is impossible. But for Josh, look, Josh has ticked that box. He's become undisputed. Josh, after this fight, I really want to see Josh go 147. I don't know what he's standing around 144. I get it, because I thought it was Jack Catchell. That was what the reason was, right? And now all of a sudden it's Teofimo. So I think Josh needs to make a run at 147 and see what's out there. 147's gone very stale, especially with Virgil Ortiz and him not fighting because of whatever issue he's going for, and we don't know what's going on with Spence and Crawford. It'd be interesting to see what a Josh Taylor in that division can do, especially if he looks good against Teofimo Lopez. So he needs to go. Roy Jones wants Joshua to get more experience with Derek James before facing Deontay Wilder. There is no time. There's no time. You just got to do it. There's no time. I think we say these things, and I'm like Roy as well. I would love to see AJ have 3 or 4 more fight camps before taking on the top in the division, but there's no time. Like, these guys are not in their 20s or early 30s. A lot of them are mid 30s, late 30s. Do you know what I mean? Like, we just need to see these fights happen. There is no perfect scenario anymore. Sometimes you just got to get in there and do it, win or lose. Just got to have these fights. There is no, I am now 100% ready for this fight because I've done 4 fight camps and we're getting better. No, sometimes you just got to fucking go. Almost a bit like the way Tyson Fury had those fights against, what was it again now? Sefa Safiri and Pianetta. And I was like, fuck it, give me Wilder. I ain't got the time. Give me Wilder. Like, who's the guy out here? Who? Wilder, give me him. And look how that transformed Fury's career. Like, honestly, look at how, like, this second period of Fury's career, like, even though he went to Dusseldorf and beat Vladimir Klitschko, what he did in the second half is so much more impressive. And that's because he was like, oh, fuck it, let's just go. Like, what are we doing? So that's got to be AJ's, that might have to be his mentality. Anything else? Where are we? Okay, Foster calls out Joe Cordina. I got smoke for you. It's one of all the fights in the division. This is the one. I mean, look, Navarreti's there, and I think it's Garcia is there as well. But Foster dangerous, man. Foster dangerous. That's why I actually said that if I am Joe Cordina, I know he wants a unification fight next, and look, there's been talk about Zelfa Barrett. If it's not Zelfa Barrett, if it's not a unification, Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez is a big name in the division. Probably the biggest name in the division. I think that's the fight that if I'm if I'm Oscar Valdez as well, I'm looking at Joe Cordina thinking this will get me straight back up. Like, people will maybe forget about the Shakur performance if I can beat someone like a Joe Cordina. I like that. All right, are we done? I think we're done. Guys, tomorrow I'm up for quite a big award. They call it the Arias, so Arias. Basically, it's like the radio Oscars, and me and Rory Jennings, my little sidekick, are up for Best New Podcast. We do a podcast called The Men's Room. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Basically, The Men's Room is where men just open and have these open and honest conversations that men don't like to have, whether it be mental health, depression, whatever, domestic violence, whatever, alcohol problems, body images. And it's been getting some traction, and we're up for it. It's going to be difficult. There are some very good podcasts that we're up against, but who knows? We could have another award in the building very, very soon. Anyway, look, guys, enjoy your bank holiday Monday, and we will see each other very, very soon. Peace.